before I start the battle, let's take a look at the previous battle I posted. 53 dislikes. Oh no, it gets better. Let's see some comments. There was a really funny one. Where is it? Let me find it right. This one's my favorite one. Somebody hated this video so much they unsubscribed. They unsubscribed. Like, really? I actually think I lost about 6 subscribers, but it's okay because I gained about 15 more. So if those people left over one little video, then I guess I don't really need them as subscribers. But if you guys want to get a good laugh, those of you who didn't see this video, and read people getting too butthurt about a single Pokemon that my good friend Joey put very clearly for me. Let me find it right quick. Right here. See, this is to everybody who got butthurt over me using a real. Calm down. It's Pokemon. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be serious. And if you guys have not noticed by this point, I very extremely rarely ever use a team more than once. Like, I don't think I've used the same team twice. Maybe about only 5 times have I ever used one team more than once and uploaded a video with it. But yeah, I've already used Riolu. I'm not going to use it again. So can we just calm down and you guys can continue to being happy subscribers? But yeah, actually, I really wasn't mad by this. I just felt the need to bring it up because I thought it was actually really funny. And yeah, I really don't care that the video got hate or anything like that because, hey, everybody has their own opinion and I am rambling way too much. Let's get right into the team preview. Yo, how's it going, everybody? Happy Friday to all of you. Here I have this pretty awesome OU battle that I've had saved up for about 3 weeks now because the original plan for this was to let Land narrate it with me, so it would be a dual narration. Unfortunately, though, me and Land are both lazy and occasionally we are busy, so we just never got around to it, and I decided just to, hey, why not just narrate this because it was a pretty good battle. And as you guys know, I don't typically win the battles I had against Land, so the fact that we're playing OU gives him a great advantage because he knows more about OU than I do. But looking at threats on his side of the field, I knew that Salamence was going to be a major problem. Also, that Ferrothorn was going to be fairly annoying. But I thought my best lead would be my Scarfrachi, promptly named Lame, just because I'm not a fan of Scarfrachi. I don't know why, I just don't really like it at all. But knowing that he would go for the Will-O-Wisp, I'm going to U-turn right into my Rotom. And the reason I did this is because my Rotom is actually a Resto Chesto set, which means I'm not really too bothered about the burn because later on in the battle I will be able to rest up. As he goes for the Hydro Pump, I believe he told me that he predicted me to outspeed him and go for the Volt Switch. That way he can get off a decent bit of damage on anything on my team. But no, I am slower than him, and I do manage to get on my own Will-O-Wisp, which is going to be really great because now I'm going to be severely wearing down the Rotom, and I'm hoping that maybe he won't have the Pain Split. But as I bring in my Latias, he makes a very good play and goes for the Volt Switch, Volt Switching into his Ferrothorn, and I'm going to switch directly into my Hippowdon, knowing that I should be able to take any one hit from this Ferrothorn, and knowing that this should be my perfect opportunity to get on my rocks. He unfortunately ends up missing the Leech Seed, which in the long run of the battle, I'm not too sure how much the Leech Seed miss actually matters. So yeah, I'll just let Land decide that for himself. But this turn, thinking he would go for another layer of spikes, I'm actually going to switch into my Fortress, and people ask me about the nickname of my Fortress. It's Goldie, a song by A$AP Rocky. So yeah, that should clear things up. And I know that me wanting to go for the Rapid Spin is so painfully obvious that I am actually going to go for the Volt Switch, predicting him to bring in the Gengar, and I'm going to Volt Switch directly into my Jirachi because I'm pretty positive he knows that I am Scarfed, and even if I wasn't Scarfed, I would be able to take a Focus Blast or a Shadow Ball from Gengar and possibly paralyze it with a Thunder Wave or get off a heavy hit with the Iron Head, but he's going to make a good play by switching directly into his Rotom, and I actually went straight for the Ice Punch when in hindsight I should have gone for the U-turn. But yeah, that was a bit dumb on my part. As this turn, I don't want to take a possible Will-O-Wisp, but he's going to make a good play and actually go for the Pain Split. Unfortunately for him though, my Rotom is at fairly low HP, which means he practically gets nothing from this Pain Split, and I know because I am specially defensive, even though this Rotom is more than likely offensively based, I should still be able to take a Volt Switch and hopefully rest up. Thankfully, I am able to take the hit, and I'm going to be able to rest up to full HP, and I'm going to be able to wake up thanks to my Chesto Berry, which is really great. just because so long as I keep my Rotom around, I can kind of keep that Gengar at bay, because I should be able to take 1 or 2 possible Shadow Balls, because I know that land likes to run sub-disable Gengar, which runs leftovers as opposed to Life Orb. So that means Gengar won't be doing as much damage as it normally would be. As I burn the Ferrothorn, he's actually going to go for the Lead Seed, just because I knew that land would possibly be thinking I would want to switch out, not wanting to take a possible Power Whip or allow him to get up a free layer of Spikes. And this turn I'm going to go for the Volt Switch, and luckily for me, land loves to run Rocky Helmet Ferrothorn as opposed to Leftovers Ferrothorn, which means every turn this Ferrothorn will be losing 12% of its HP, and I'm going to go straight for the Rapid Spin, and I actually get a Rapid Spin crit, which obviously is game changing because it's a Rapid Spin crit. But he's just going to go for another layer of Spikes, and really the only reason I need my Fortress in this battle is to be able to keep him from getting up Spikes and being able to gain me momentum with Volt Switch, because if you saw from his team, nothing is really affected by Spikes. So if I started getting up my own layers of Spikes, that would actually be really stupid of me. But because I already got the Rocks up, I don't entirely really need my Fortress, so I'm going to Volt Switch into my Latias. And I knew that this turn land would go for the Protect, so what I'm going to do is actually go for the Draco Meteor, hoping to bluff that I have the Hidden Power Fire. That way this turn, if land does switch out, I can go for the Draco Meteor and get off a heavy hit on something on this team. Unfortunately though, land sees through my charade, whatever it's called, and he is going to be able to take the hit and I believe go for a layer of Spikes. I kind of looked away, which is really stupid of me, and LOL 69 HP, and I am just going to go for the Recover this turn, knowing that if he does go for a Gyro Ball or a Power Whip, he's not going to be able to take me out. But land sees that coming from a mile away and gets up, I believe, a second layer of Spikes, which is really going to suck because my team, if my Fortress is gone, means that Spikes, the major, I guess you could say major weakness of this team, is going to be up for the remainder of this battle. And here, he's actually going to switch into his Rotom as I switch into my Fortress, and he more than likely brought in his Rotom basically as death fodder, and because I brought in my Fortress, this is really bad for me, and I really do not want to switch out and have something take a Hydro Pump or have him possibly predict me to switch out and go for the Volt Switch. So what I'm going to do is stay in, hope that maybe he misses the Hydro Pump, that way I can Rapid Spin. Unfortunately though, he doesn't miss the Hydro Pump and takes out my Fortress, which means these Spikes are going to be here to stay, which, as I said, are going to be very annoying and are going to be a bit of a problem. And as I bring in my Jirachi, I'm going to go straight for the U-turn because that's honestly the best play I can go for, because he has Infernape for Ice Punch and he has Landorus to take Iron Head, especially being able to take it really good after the Intimidate. So he's going to bring in his Landorus. As this turn, I know that he more than likely is going to go for the Stealth Rocks, which means I can get a free switch into my Latias. And at this point, a Ferrothorn, I believe, is gone. If not, then it's practically dead, which means if he does want to bring that in, I will be able to take it out with the Surf. So thankfully, he leaves in his Landorus, but it lives a Life Orb super effective Surf. Like, really? I was not expecting that whatsoever. Luckily though, I actually got enough damage on the Landorus to the point where he will die off to the Stealth Rock switching. So I guess it's kind of like his Landorus is gone. Then again, he does still have it to be able to switch it in for Death Fodder and be able to get possible switch initiative or switch momentum into his favor. And I switch into my Hippowdon as I know that he more than likely is going to go for the U-turn or the possible close combat. So predicting that, I'm actually going to go for the Slack Off as he actually ends up U-turning out into his Ferrothorn, which dies off to the burn, which is really great. And he's going to bring in his Salamence, and then he makes a very odd play. I don't really know why land did this. I mean, I have Whirlwind and I possibly could have been carrying the Ice Fang. Now, because he did go for a Dragon Dance, I know that this thing is going to be hitting extremely hard, and as I said, Salamence is one of the threats on this team, so I have to go straight for the Whirlwind, and I Whirlwind him out into the Infernape, which is actually really good, because I'm going to be able to get Stealth Rocks damage and Sandstorm damage, and I believe Life Orb damage, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, this is really stupid of me, I should be paying more attention, and yes, he does have a Life Orb, and I actually stayed in, hoping that maybe he wouldn't have a specially base move, that way I could go for another Slack Off, but no, land goes straight for the Overheat and knocks out my Hippowdon. And at this point in the battle, from looks of his team, my Jirachi can actually sweep. So he's going to go for the Mach Punch. Thankfully, I'm going to be able to take that hit like a monster, and he's going to bring in his Salamence, and because he doesn't have Intimidate, I know I should be able to take this thing out, and even if I don't, I do have a good chance to flinch it, and I actually do end up getting the 60% chance to flinch, which I guess could have been game-changing. Then again, I do still have Rotom to be able to deal with this Gengar, and I believe I still have my Latias to be able to knock out the Salamence. Then I could possibly finish off Gengar with my Rotom, although it would have been a more difficult win for me. I still think in the long run of the battle I would have been able to pull out the victory just with a lower score. But in the end, it was a really, really fun battle. Definitely hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to go check out my good friend WandererOfTheWind. You guys will not be disappointed by his videos. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to see more content. Enjoy the rest of your night, enjoy the rest of your day, and I am out of here, everybody. Later.